Evening, everyone. Welcome to another match for the final Swiss round here of the multi-category tournament for Super Metroid. We do have tonight MrGuyAverage versus ptoil, and I am joined by Lenars. How's it going?
Doing well. How about yourself, Sire?
Yeah, doing
Sire?
pretty
Hi?
well.
I don't know if I'm the
Sire,
right
yeah,
guy.
yeah. Yeah, doing all right. Good to see some any percent tonight, and from what I can tell,
Ooh, need more triple bingo.
yes, every race should be triple bingo today. Isn't there like two going on right now on other channels?
Yeah, so the one I signed up isn't, but it's okay. Any percent will be fun. These are two very close and skill runners. I'm sure it'll be very interesting to see what safeties they want to cut because this match does have some playoff implications.
Yeah, it was yeah, definitely. They have playoff hopes here. I feel on the line. They're both sitting at 3-2, so it's basically the winner is probably getting into the play-in, and the loser is probably going home, right?
Pretty much. I can't remember if it's set up so there's if everyone, I'm pretty sure there's not going to be more than 16 players with 4 or more wins at the end. But there are going to be some tiebreaker. There might be. But definitely with only 3 wins, you're not getting in. So you at least get a chance to go into the tiebreak.
Well, there's already 13 people. It looks like with 4 wins, so that only leaves 3 spots and a lot of matches left to be played here.
Well, there's going to be a few people with 5 wins, and there's going to be, I believe, 2 players or 1 player with 6 wins.
Yeah.
We're into our Sarah Station group.
Stream audio is quite loud today. Yeah, so Ceres Station, not much happening here, but definitely good place to warm up for an 80% run. Get the fingers warm.
Ah, MrGuyAverage got his tile bump.
Oh, getting a lot of steams. Almost every platform getting steamed.
I almost wish there was a category where we could actually kill Ridley, but no one runs that.
Yeah, why doesn't that count as reverse boss order if you kill Ridley on the series?
I think it's because you might have to X-ray climb through the golden floor, and it's any percent RBO would definitely kill that Ridley, and then X-ray.
Very nice. Well, we do have some good looking sync here in the same door, roughly in the same door, I guess. Oh, but MrGuyAverage breaking out the moonfall. Every little bit of advantage helps.
Ooh, getting it there, you can see how muddy seconds it helps you with just that one room. It's like a full 5-6 seconds.
Yeah, and that's definitely, in an 80% race, that can make all the difference, especially between, like you were saying, 2 runners so close here in skill. So I'll have to keep an eye out. Yeah. I don't know if I've actually commentated any ptoil's runs. I think I've seen MrGuyAverage a couple times, but
I believe MrGuyAverage has a PB of 4640 for NA.
Okay. 46, not bad.
And then I believe ptoil's coming in right around 50 or right around 50 minutes.
50 minutes? Oh, okay. Interesting.
But that's just the PB he submitted on the spreadsheet. I'm not sure how much he actually grinds any percent. So we're
Yeah.
week 6 in. We'll see how much he's
Yep, see if there's been improvements, see, I mean, any percent's not an easy category, especially depending on the run you, or the route you select, so, in a race, you do still need to avoid the deaths. There's not an easy reset here. MrGuyAverage's movement there with the ledge grabs looking real nice.
looks like in the tournament, ptoils ran a 80% once and got a 50-59.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, in the tournament, they have the same record, so, I mean, coming into it here, hoping to have a nice close race. Get to see first BT fight here.
And when MrGuyAverage ran any percent in the tournament, it was a 47-55. So I will definitely be very interested to see if MrGuyAverage tries to pick up any safeties and if ptoil tries to skip them.
Yeah, definitely. And MrGuyAverage's fight, very textbook there. Taking down BT without any trouble. Ooh, but ptoil shoots a missile through him. That's unfortunate.
One missile miss makes the head pop out. Doesn't feel good.
So yeah, MrGuyAverage starting to build a little bit of a lead early on here with some Moonfall and a little bit cleaner BT, but still a lot of the game left to go. So we do see the damage boost. So I guess we're looking at some old route here. For a race like this, I feel like probably a little bit safer to go the old route. And both of them doing it.
No idea what either runner is used to practicing.
Yeah, I think I've seen MrGuyAverage do old route, but I think that was also like a any percent old all bosses or something earlier in the tournament. So I don't know if that's a strong indication of anything. But yeah, I mean, they both look comfortable so far with the early game, as most are. So we are at the end of the Swiss rounds here, with the last couple days of Swiss happening right now. Many races on many speed gaming channels at the moment. But that does lead into the top 16. We'll be getting into the playoffs. And the playoffs are where there's potentially money on the line this year, provided from... you see the sponsors at the bottom there, Balls Guarana and Mega Cat Studios. You know the amounts? Is like 300 something for first place?
Don't know the amounts off the top of my head, but that sounds about right.
Okay.
Yep, 300 for first, 150 for second, 125 for third, 75 for fourth, and $25 for fifth through eighth.
Nice. Nice. All top 8 runners getting a little cash there.
And if we had any doubts about either of our runners' routes, that is confirmed now of Kraid first.
Yep, yeah, both of them heading down. MrGuyAverage using the 3 supers to break in. And so far having a very clean opening with his movement. Taking down Mini Kraid. Didn't even get a chance to see it.
Kraid just wants to go to just wants to dance. Come on, why you gotta blow him up like this?
Yep, so we do see the first boss. Probably going for that 2 missile, I think, from his setup. Oh no, he's doing charge. Okay. Oh, gets a little too early on the first super.
Ooh.
So we
Look
are
at him,
see
he's
some
so
legs.
nice. But that's an opportunity for ptoil. Make up some seconds.
Definitely. And ptoil heading in shortly after here, so we'll see if he can take advantage of it. Now, GuyAverage didn't struggle at all with that. He didn't get the frame, but he didn't waste any supers either, so cleaned it up really quickly on that recovery. Oh, nice. ptoil getting it done and definitely gaining a little bit of time back. Did he use 3 missiles?
Looks like it.
It's the new 3 missiles, 3 supers method. I like it. As much ammo as you can pump into Kraid as possible. So, do you have any preference on either of these runners making it into the playoffs? One you'd like to see?
I would say whichever one feels like they want it the hardest. I want to see. I want to see more risks.
Well, so far, GuyAverage taking the risk, not taking the extra E-tank. We just saw ptoil grabbing after Kraid there, so going to be running with a little bit less tank early on, or a little less energy early on here.
Actually, I don't know which one vetoed triple bingo, but whichever one vetoed triple bingo, he should lose.
Yeah, I didn't ask which ones vetoed. Sometimes I will at the end, or if it seems like the schedule's kind of full, we may not get to that. But yeah, I was curious myself. But
looks like GuyAverage taking the top route through whatever Coliseum, whatever we call that room.
I think that's Coliseum. Oh no, the one after it. Yeah, I don't know. And people in the chat suggesting that ptoil probably vetoed low ice, and I mean I can see that. A lot of runners making that choice, and GuyAverage maybe forcing it into a category where his PB is a little bit better. I mean, right on the edge of the playoffs, you got to do what you got to do to get in. So,
and definitely, I don't blame GuyAverage if he feels that he does have the better PB in any percent. And so if he felt like that was his best way to win, triple bingo can be very volatile.
Yeah, triple bingo can really trip some people up. So, GuyAverage's movement is pretty good here, I feel like. So, probably going for the comfort win here. But still gotta finish executing. We're only a little bit of the way into the run, so. And yeah, as we look, having a little trouble in the room here before Wave Beam. Have there been low ice runs this week? I don't know that I've seen any.
I can't recall any. There was one that I see.
Okay.
On the spreadsheet.
Yeah, it's a tough category, especially with playoffs on the line for some racers heading into this week. I don't know if you'd want to lay it on the line in a low ice run.
It was Timo Chun versus Toasty.
Oh, okay. I think they were in the top list for the playoffs. Yeah, Timo Chun had 4 and 2. Oh, so they must have already updated this for his race today.
It's because, right, it looks like it looks like one runner will finish 6 and 0.
Yeah, crazy. Who will it be?
Zenny or Zosty?
Are we taking bets on that one?
Well, see, categories this week is any percent, low percent ice, and triple bingo. So with that set of categories, I would bet on Zosty. Because, right, there's no RBO for Zenny, there's no 100% for Zenny. He hates low percent ice, and he hates triple bingo. So, not sure which ones. But in this race, we're headed up to Fantoon. I wonder, does the shot that MrGuyAverage just did, is that only possible with Wave Beam to keep your charge up and then jump through it?
Well, I think you definitely have to have Wave Beam. I don't know if I think you can do it with different combos of Wave and like Spazer, and like I've seen people with Spazer do it and different things. So I think Wave is the key, though. Yes.
Oh wow! It looks like Zenny versus Zost is midnight tomorrow.
Midnight? Oh wow.
Well, it's fine for me. That's 9 p.m. for me, but.
Oh, okay. They must be similar time zone as you for the prime time over there.
Yep, I can only tend to commentate late PST past 5 or 6.
Definitely. Yeah, MrGuyAverage keeping a good run going here, but ptoil not that far behind, and does have an extra E-tank just in case, and Fantoon is not a pushover, so
Samus Eater's grabbing ptoil there.
Yeah, I guess I'm just cursing everybody this week.
Looks like GuyAverage is going for Ocean Fly.
Yeah.
Did he get it? I don't think that missile's quite far enough on the other side of the screen. Nope.
Looks like he was going for that missile pickup as well, which is a safety over, what is it, like normally 15-10?
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm not playing it super risky, but...
Do you think either runner's watching the stream or looking at where the other runner is?
I've heard different runners, have different philosophies on that. With this week, with things coming down to the playoffs here, I mean, I'd have it on in the background, even if even if you have the sound off or something, you can just take a quick look over, see if your opponent's like somewhere you expect them to be or not. Especially with any percent, like. I don't know. I would have it on. I'd expect the runners to have it on.
ptoil going for the missile skip, but not the ocean fly. And GuyAverage into Fantoon.
Yeah.
Choosing to use that safety tank wisely, and instead of just keeping energy in it, taking he can Ocean Spark and keep both pieces of energy. Whereas that, as you can see, GuyAverage is much lower. 66.
Yeah, he does have Various, so he's got, I think, 2 hits, but it is still very close. Gets a good shot into the eye there, and I think he's getting it back under control here. And simultaneous Fantoon fights, so still close. Yeah, this fight's pretty much over. I think he's got it. Yep.
There we go. While ptoil begins his. Oh, doing some X Factors.
Oh,
Doesn't
no,
get particles, though.
And here's the fast. Yep. Double fast. Fantoon laughing in his face. Oh man. No, you don't have the energy. Oh, ptoil.
Uh-oh, ptoil. 15.
Yeah, you need to settle down here.
There we go.
He's out of power. Yeah, and he's out of power bombs, so there won't be any more of that. And back up to 100, so should be good now. But wasting a lot of time with that. Oh, didn't get a lot of missiles.
Good choice to not fire the super there.
Yeah, he didn't get a lot of missiles in. You see him practicing the stutters there a little bit, trying to get the feel for it back. There he goes. MrGuyAverage being pretty deliberate in Attic, picking up drops and keeping up his energy and ammo.
So I've started playing a game in these where we're going to see if GuyAverage gets a spare or gets a strike, or neither.
Well, and I guess he just answered your question about if he's watching the stream as he types into chat here. Not happy with his wreck ship, so definitely watching the stream, keeping an eye on his lead.
I guess. Oh, yep, that's neither. So I consider it a strike when they do 2 jumps and then land in the Chozo statue, which I think is perfect. And then a spare is if you only do 2 jumps but you don't land in the statue.
Gotcha. So he's on a spare?
No, because he did like a little jump, so it was 3 jumps in the beginning.
Oh,
he didn't do a full jump at the very start.
Okay, so what's that, split?
Now we're just making it too complicated.
Hero saying bowling spark is the only strike. I don't know. I feel like Bowling Spark is maybe playing with the bumpers up.
The reason that Bowling Spark is not a strike is because in new route any percent you don't have it. Oh no, ptoil doesn't get his spare either because he hit the spikes 3 times. I guess it's not number of jumps; it's number of times you hit the spikes.
Gotcha.
Yes, any percent new route. I want to go play new percent. 13%. GuyAverage even doing the little short moonfalls through that route. Always nice to see those kind of frame optimizations.
Yeah, definitely. He's He's getting prepped here for the playoffs. He wants it.
That was a beautiful set of noon falls.
Yeah.
Just the level of movement optimization in this game is absolutely ridiculous to me. Like, I'll be watching Zoskrying for any percent or Zenny for 100%, and it looks like they did everything perfect, and then relative to their best segment, they're like 25 seconds behind.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, nothing really shows it off quite like an 80% race either. I mean, yeah, I like a good bingo and a rando race as much as the next guy, but yeah, you can really tell when you get someone on their movement in a race here. Just a lot of the rooms go by quicker, they look faster, they look nicer, so yeah, that room's tough. That ptoil was just in.
So, as we said, this is the week where one of our runners will be moving on. Hopefully, one of our runners will not. But either way, make sure to go follow them and keep watching them even outside the tournament.
Man, MrGuyAverage getting that one round bot wound.
But
Definitely.
Garbage super drop luck. I don't think he got a single super drop there.
Yeah, I was a little mesmerized by that X Factor when they do the looping ones. It always gets me.
Oh, looks like he's setting up for full halfie a second time. Bonk it. Those doors get in the way. Oh, chooses to spark there. Maybe. What do you think? Do you always try to go for the full halfie, or do you just go for the halfie if you want to play it safe?
Oh, I mean, if you're talking me, I go for just making it without dying. But yeah, probably.
If you're talking me, I use grapple beams. So
yeah, exactly. Sometimes I'm down in the sand for a little bit or whatnot. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the halfie in this kind of race gains enough time that you would just go for the halfie and not hassle over the full.
ptoil's bot wound pattern was pretty poor. No danger of dying, of course, as long as you stay on this side of the room, you do not take damage.
Yeah, definitely. And he handles it quite nicely there. Oh, MrGuyAverage thought he had enough, but
he hit one of them into the pyramid. It does get a nice blue suit.
He got a bit of chain damage too, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I think you're right. That's a close one.
He was almost in health bomb range too. That would have killed his ammo drops. Wow. Yeah, I think he had at least a tank, maybe two, when he did that spark.
I'm watching the VOD right now. We'll see.
Oh, okay.
Or the clip feature. Yeah, he had 205 energy down to 33.
That's what I thought. I thought he had two. I thought I saw two tanks. Yeah, that was real sketchy there. I mean, good on him for holding it together, but yeah, and coming out, the spark not even going all the way with that energy. But that's the kind of thing. I mean, even in a fairly standard any percent run here, MrGuyAverage sitting on 19 health, any wrong step can put ptoil in the lead or basically hand him the race. So gotta keep playing it out here.
I certainly don't think this is a race where we expect to see saves from either runner.
Yeah, I mean it's close enough that I mean with MrGuyAverage definitely watching, I wouldn't expect to see a safety save until maybe Torian if he's still ahead at that point. I mean he's got a lead, but not that much. Man, and ptoil getting some chain damage too, but not nearly as bad.
And I could see a Mother Brain save with only 3 tanks. Aw, ptoil sparking into the ceiling. Or maybe, did he actually get, he might have gotten the spike suit. I couldn't tell the timing there.
I don't think he got it. I'm not 100% sure about those things, the witchcraft that is the spike suit, but I think it like pauses more when they get it, and it didn't look like he got it.
I think it's something about having your shine spark interrupted by a cutscene.
Yeah.
He would have charged it up right there if he had gotten it.
Just doing space jump.
Space jump. You know, does every runner take space jump in any percent? Like, surely it has to save the time of the 15 seconds it takes to get it.
I always think so, but I'm also not like the top runner, so I feel like I've seen some runners not take it, but I don't think that is in this route. Like, I think it is when they do the new route.
Yeah, definitely. If you're heading from Dragon to Mother Brain, then not nearly enough rooms to make it up.
Oh yeah, see, people saying new route, it's not worth it. I mean, I assume they're right because there's much better runners than me in the chat here. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely the case in this kind of old route race that I think everybody gets it. Even just like what is it, the amphitheater? No, what's the big room with the acid? Is that amphitheater?
Yeah, that's amphitheater.
Yeah, so like that room with space jump is a lot faster and probably saves most of the time right there. And worst room in the game, and yeah, there's just so many rooms down Lower Norfair where space jump makes it faster. It has to be faster.
MrGuyAverage. Ooh, nice D-boost there. Getting his ice beam, the final beam he will need.
Yep, rounding out the full complement.
I think ice beam. I think ice beam is picked up in more categories than high jump boots.
I suppose, yeah. I mean, Ice Beam has so many uses, and MrGuyAverage, that was a sweet moonfall into, like, Morph Ball to make sure he didn't go too low at the door.
And with a space jump moonfall at that.
Yeah, that was like the... Man, that was some good timing on that moonfall.
Nice speed keep through these to make those space jumps a little faster. Those rooms as well, right? It's space jump makes those so much faster.
Yeah. I mean, you can run on the spikes, but it still slows you down. So.
Unfortunately, no lava spark in old route.
ptoil doing a nice speed ball into the ice room, whatever this room is before Ice Beam.
Definitely best theme in the game, though.
Best what?
Best theme.
Oh, yeah. Pretty good.
MrGuyAverage doing a nice little free strat there to get through worst room.
Yeah, it looked like
Then over.
the kill on that one pirate took off some of the lag too. So it was a decent strat. Like it.
Yeah, that's the other thing. The lag reduction strats and the make the doors align and the things that only saves like 10 frames, but you do it 100 times a run. It's just like, too much.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff where it's like those top runners, they do they'll do like a little jump through a door, and I'm like, well, I'm not doing that. That's just wasted time. And then, that saved them like a quarter of a second because of frames for door aligning.
And perfectly timing it to not need the power bombs of shame.
Yeah, getting the Kago. Oh, I'm going for the double. Didn't get it though.
Maybe afterwards we can do a Kago the Kago RTA. Nice setup for the Metal Pirate kill to get both of them with one plasma beam shot. We'll see. He hasn't done any X factors except on bot wounds, so I don't. Nope, no farming for power bombs, so none on Ridley. And I don't think in old route with plasma beam you do any X factors anyway. Only new route.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the X factor would save here. I feel like I've seen some people open with it, but I see more people do that jumping down charge shot that he did. Getting bodied a little bit by Ridley. I mean, does still need to be a little careful. Especially if he's not planning on...
I will definitely look forward in the playoffs to seeing some gravity suit only Ridley fights with three tanks. Or 2 tanks. Surely there's going to be at least one runner who doesn't do Kraid first and grab the safety tank.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
MrGuyAverage.
Too, it gives you that refill.
And you want going into Mother Brain, if you're ahead especially, and he should know he is from if he's watching the stream, having that extra tank of safety to tank a catch-up shot was real nice.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, and I
think we actually had a double forfeit the other match for an any percent because of Mother Brain deaths.
Oh, wow. Yeah, and the way that these runners run it too, where there's a lot of ammo management at the end here. Having that full health allows them to get better drops and different things like that. So definitely, I feel like a good idea to keep the health up here at the end. Although MrGuyAverage burning through power bombs here, trying to get out. And ptoil into his Ridley fight here.
You know what? Well, we'll watch ptoil's Ridley fight first.
And also not opening with the X Factor.
Only going in with 199 energy.
Yeah, I mean, he might have the stream open too, and a farm before Ridley, especially without grapple, takes some time. So he can maybe, I would have guessed with this energy, he would also pick up the Ridley tank just for the refill, and we'll see. Fight looks pretty good. He hasn't taken too many hits. And somehow that tail didn't hit him, but that one did. Okay.
There we go.
And Ridley finally down for him. Oh yeah, he thought about heading out without the tank. You could see him jumping towards the top door, but with just 154 in his energy, He needs a little bit more to make this escape safer. That does put MrGuyAverage here comfortably in the driver's seat, heading out of Norfair. Just the Torian and Mother Brain left to go. So, as you were saying, Linares, big night here, or a big couple of days for matches. Probably just about as we finish this one up here, or probably as MrGuyAverage finishes up, Nintoaster versus Cash Mod will be starting up. I don't know if it's going to end up on a SpeedGaming channel, but if you are following their regular channels, go check out their race, Nintoaster versus Cash Mod.
And then tomorrow we've got Blue Plasma Spark Beeps versus Dirt, Aussie versus a Real Cutie, and Shiny Zenny versus Zost. All will be some really nice matches to watch.
Yeah, definitely. And Shiny versus Zost, I imagine, will end up on the schedule. Doesn't look like that has a match or a SpeedGaming channel listed yet, but looks like there's already a low percent race scheduled for Saturday at 7 p.m. between Ashter and Mr. J Giggles.
I believe there are going to be 6 multi-category matches and 7 1v1s for the SMZ3 combo randomizer tournament Saturday. So if anybody just wants to watch Super Metroid all day, that's the day to do it.
Yeah.
What I was going to say earlier is I'm very excited. Apparently they have came out with a SMZ3 combo randomizer key sanity, where you have to get boss keys to unlock the doors to the Golden 4 bosses in Super Metroid.
What? Really? Wow.
Yeah. It looks cool. I'll be interested in watching some of it to see how it goes. I will never play it.
Yeah, key sanity already is like can't keep track of all of that. Oof. I mean, it does.
I more care about the impacts on logic for having stuff like Space Jump and Varia and not those power-ups, but those item locations possibly being locked behind a item that didn't previously exist.
Yeah, it's a little weird to think about, but
in this match we are in vanilla, we are in Turian, we're gonna watch MrGuyAverage kill some Metroids, see how he does. Ooh. Not too bad, didn't group any of those into room number 2. Good drops there, and a D-boost. ptoil shortly behind, only about maybe 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah,
having the missile kill that one.
Yeah, having a little trouble with the Metroids in that room as well. So,
of course, you have to make sure 1510 is the ammo you need to exit with.
I believe so, and he's got more than enough now. Goes completely full 2010 with full energy, so no problems there. But some of those Metroid rooms a little choppy.
I'll be interested to see if he does take a save before Mother Brain. I expect ptoil might take a ship refill.
Yeah, he's getting real low on energy again. That's definitely affects the Torian drops, so we'll see. No, he's gonna play it out.
Baby skip. Baby Metroid.
Yeah,
it looks good.
Looks good.
Yep,
extra jump or 2, I think, but still a great baby skip.
As long as you don't get that baby speed, that's what you want to avoid.
Yeah. So yeah, MrGuyAverage is right here and skipping the save. Okay.
So
he-
ptoil's definitely hoping for some nice French fries there and ketchup on the Mr. Guy Average. Ooh, and having to use some extra energy on his not getting his zip skip the first time.
Yeah, and not getting it the second Rinka either.
At this point, I would almost want to reset the room.
Yeah, that's usually what I do, but he
There
gets
we
it.
go.
All right.
So good thing he's got that extra tank, because otherwise he'd only have 36 energy.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
43.55 into the mother brain.
Yeah, that's the thing. An 80% run has some very particular tricks that have to be done where it's not possible, and Zeb Skip is one of them, and it is not free. It can be finicky, as you just saw. So,
and you got so many variations too. You've got speed booster, you've got down back, you've got just normal freeze. Looks like ptoil is doing some grouping straps on his Metroids. Ooh, getting down quite low there.
Yeah, with that amount of energy, that's a good choice. Get his refills a little quicker. And he's looking good now.
Guy Average, cleaning up Mother Brain Phase 2, no problems though.
Don't think he wanted to get grabbed on that one. But yeah, his ammo and health all looking great now for ptoil. So should have no problems here. Uses the missiles anyways, and yeah, goes in full.
And definitely, this Mother Brain fight is far safer than a new route any percent, or worse, a low percent ice fight, where 20 shots here versus 60 shots versus 200 shots.
Yeah, those little ice Mother Brain fights, there's some nail biters. And with no stand-up glitches or anything in this category, it is pretty much a foregone conclusion at this point that Mr. Guy Average is gonna head up into the 4 and 2 club with this well-played race tonight. ptoil getting baby skip though. Definitely no slowing down for him.
And just looking at the challenge bracket, we're going to end up with one runner at 6-0. And then there will be, I believe, 5 runners at 5 or 6. I think 5 or 6 runners at 5 and 1. So there will be 9 slots for the 4 win runners at 4 and 2. We currently have 1 runner at 4 and 2. There will be another 4 runners for the people at 4 and 1 who do not win this week.
Yeah, and meanwhile, ptoil had pretty good entrance into Mother Brain. Got the Zeb skip, I think, first try, and it's just having a really, really fast end of the race here. Unfortunately, comes a little too late to catch up Mr. Guy Average, but still playing very well.
So, yes, indeed, we likely will have a tiebreaker race. And the tiebreaker race will be randomly selected from any percent, 100%, or GT Classic.
Oh,
I don't know.
I would love to see a tiebreaker race that's GT Classic. I mean, I know that's kind of cruel to the runners, but
It says one of those 3 randomly selected, so you got a
man.
33% chance.
Somebody hack that. Make it 100. MrGuyAverage does take the race victory here, though, tonight with an official SRL time of 48:33. GG to him, and he does punch his card to at least that playoff race, if not the playoffs altogether.
I believe that they're not going to be using any sort of tiebreakers for anyone with 4 wins. So I think anyone with 4 wins is going to have to end up going into the tiebreaker race.
Sounds good. Oh man, tiebreaker GT Classic. I want it so bad.
Why do you want GT Classic in particular?
I don't know. I just feel like it's the one most likely to have interesting like upsets, or if it's any percent, it's just gonna be probably the fastest, the people with the fastest times get in and the others don't. But with GT Classic, anyone could get in, like even someone with the slower any percent time. I don't know, they're like the underdog,
Average.
What's that?
MrGuyAverage has joined us.
Oh, hey, GG, sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was a well-played race, and yeah, definitely deserved a win there. How do you feel like it went?
Horrible.
We especially enjoyed all your moonfalls, though.
Yeah, those look good.
I'm gonna blame it on my D-pad. I think I broke it because I kept I kept breaking out of speed all the time, especially I goop sparked like 5 times in the radios.
That chain damage, did you notice, or just in the midst you didn't, of how you got so close to dying against Dragon?
Yeah, I know. That was lucky for sure.
Well, and you were like 3 energy away from getting health bombed to like crazy too.
Yeah, I just want to avoid getting health bombed because super drops. There's plenty of cactus where you can farm super. So all I wanted was just health. And some. Oh well. Wait, I just realized I probably do want to get health bombed.
Oh, whoops.
So it looks like you'll be heading into the tiebreaker race. At least if we're evaluating the numbers correctly, any runner with a record of 4 and 2 will be part of that tiebreaker. It will be randomly selected from any percent, 100% in GT Classic. What do you hope for?
I hope for Honda 100%.
Oh, why is that?
Yeah, because any percent's pretty dangerous. Like you just saw, I could have died pretty easily. And in GT Classic, there's a lot of volatility as well because of the green gate glitch and lava dive. So 100% is the most consistent for me, really.
Gotcha. Okay, so exactly the opposite reasons that I wanted to see GT Classic.
And GG to ptoil, finishing up with an official SRL time of 51:20.
Yeah, definitely GG, and still a great race from him. Made it fairly close, just a few minutes off.
Yeah, that's a super good run for him too. His PB is like a 53x, I think, or something. So just a minute.
Yep, very close.
Yeah, definitely.
Unfortunately, I was rooting for him to win, MrGuyAverage, because you vetoed triple bingo. I just want to see more triple bingo.
I know. Triple bingo is great, but me personally, I'm awful at them. Like I cannot think on the fly.
Elimination match in Swiss. You have the better any percent record. I can understand the veto. It makes sense.
Yeah, it was definitely a smart play. We do have to sign off here pretty soon, but did you have any final thoughts on the race or on the tournament here? Now that you're kind of at the end of your Swiss round.
Yeah, I mean it was super fun. I had a great time in here, and then thanks to you guys for commentating. Makes it much more enjoyable when I rewatch it.
For sure. Well, I hope you don't mind our commentary when you rewatch it, and definitely thanks for the great race.
Thank you, guys.
Yep. And there's more Super Metroid coming up, Nintoaster versus Cash Mod. And then make sure to keep racing all the matches on Saturday and Sunday.
Yep, for sure. And thanks for joining me, Linares. Good to have you on mic. Make sure to follow Linares and the runners and everyone awesome at SpeedGaming and all that jazz.
And with that, we'll sign off. I believe there's a Final Fantasy match next on this particular channel. And so we will see everyone next mission.
See you next mission.